What's going on YouTube? Hey, I'm back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, as you guys can see here, I have what appears to be a crypto miner. As you guys can clearly tell by the title, today we'll be unboxing and reviewing the MatchX M2 Pro miner. This is an LP1 miner, and as you guys know, I've been trying to get a mining rig for quite some time now. So this is my entry into the taboo niche space of crypto mining. It's going to be really cool. I know a lot of you guys have been curious to what it is that I've been hinting at on YouTube. So it's finally time that we open this package up, test it out, review it, and see if it's even worth spending the money on. I actually wanted to give you a little bit of backstory before I jump into this. So I've been trying to get involved into crypto mining for probably a few months now, and I've been looking at different ways because, as you guys know, I'm in an apartment. It's fairly small. I have people below me. I don't want to buy this really big mining rig that's super hot and very loud because it would disturb people below me if I'm running it 24/7. And it doesn't make sense to buy a crypto mining rig if I can't run it 24/7. Nobody wants to buy one for $10,000 and then not run it. So I was looking online, and I actually came across a few things. People probably know about helium mining, and they also know about the MatchX, the M2 Pro miner, which are LP1 miners that I'll explain a little bit more in depth about this in the video because I don't know it off the top of my head. But yes, so I was looking into this, and this showed some pretty promising things. Very good returns, break even or get a return on your investment in like as little as 4 to 5 months, which is pretty incredible. Now, when I ordered this, it came out to, or it was listing for like $2,700. I believe that was EU. If I wanted to pay euros, obviously that's more expensive in the US. So I reached out to them a long time ago, like 2 or 3 months ago. They finally got back to me, and they actually said they could send this to me at a discounted rate if I reviewed it on the channel, which was my goal in the first place, was to purchase this anyway to review it. And I was hoping that they would be able to send this to me quicker because there was a lot of reviews in the forums that said this thing would take, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, if not a month or two, to get in after you ordered it. Now, I've spoken to people at their team, and they say that the order time is much quicker. So if you guys plan on ordering this, I did link it in the description down below, and you can actually get this within probably a week, if not 2 weeks at most. If you're in the US, FedEx, I got this in 3 days, guys. That's pretty crazy. I'm sure a lot of you guys are curious as to what the, you probably haven't seen this side of the camera before, so I find this interesting. We're also filming this on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, so video quality is pretty good. I was gonna film it on this camera over here. I was like, you know what? We'll just film it on this. It's just a lot more portable. So I'm gonna stand up and we're gonna open this up. All right, so the first thing they showed is this, I guess a shirt, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna open this up real quick. This is big, holy cow. Got a fidget spinner, which is interesting. An MXC coin, which is pretty cool. You can see it's the token that you can mine on this MatchX miner here. So I want to take this out because that's what we're all here for, is this mining rig. Now it's an LP1 miner. It takes like 5 watts to power. You can leave it on 24/7. You earn MXC tokens, and eventually you can actually get Polkadot as well as Bitcoin. So it's pretty cool. I think it'll be profitable, but that's the test here. I wanted to be the guinea pig. If things look good, feel free to purchase one. I guess let's jump into it. So I wanted to open this up. Very excited. I'm gonna also show you guys how I set this up and what the process is. All right, so pretty cool. This is it, guys. Brand new. Obviously, you want to buy these only from the website. These are reselling on eBay for like $4,500 to $4,000. It's not worth buying it on there. You could, but they're selling that to you because you can get it much quicker. Ideally, you want one that's brand new. That's what I always recommend, especially when you're messing around with tech. This is the actual LP1 miner itself. You can screw it to a wall if you wanted to put it somewhere. So I could put it like right here, right next to a window. Ideally, that's what you would like to do, what you're supposed to do, or you can leave it on a shelf or something. All right, the next thing we have is a battery pack. This is, I guess, to power to the device. It only takes about 5 watts, so it's really not a lot. Some of these other mining rigs, we have an Ethernet, power, and LAN. I think only power is what we worry about, but I'll explain that in a little bit. The power cable, we have antennas here, which should have a number on them. This says low. Interesting. And I believe they go on the antennas. LO is for L here. And I believe one of these is covered because you're not using A. So you're going to put it on GLL. And these should ideally say what they are. The last thing you get is Ethernet cables to connect to power. Your Ethernet cable, or you can use Wi-Fi. Ideally, Ethernet is probably preferable. But that's pretty much it. I guess the next thing is setting it up and putting it all into the app so we can get this running. All right, so as you guys can see, I do have the MatchX M2 Pro miner all set up. The installation took maybe 5 minutes. It is so easy, but each antenna here you can see has a letter on it. This is G, and then you have, G, this one doesn't come with it, and then you have LL, and these both say L on it. It's that simple. I used some double-sided tape, put it on the wall here, super easy. You unscrew the box here. This is just to make it more weatherproof if you were to put it outside, which I'm not, but I just think it looks a little nicer. You just run one Ethernet from here. There's only one in. You run it down into this power box, which is right here. You put it into the PoE side. You can see PoE, and then you plug it into your outlet, very simple. And then the other wire goes into Ethernet and then goes into your router. Super simple. That's to get this power. It will blink, blue, and then it goes blue, yellow, and then it goes yellow, green, and then it just goes solid green. That's how you know it's all working. I can show you the app. It's super easy. It was so simple to set up. Obviously, they say to put it near a window just so it gets better signal, but regardless, very easy installation. I want to talk about the reason why I also purchased a miner and why it might benefit you guys to actually take advantage of this. And we are also going to calculate the break-even cost and how long it takes to actually make your money back on this. Because from what I've told you, I purchased it for $2,700, and I want to show you how that gets broken down. So ideally, this is the MatchX platform, which I did link in the description below. And since I'm now affiliated with them, I can get you a discount. It is $50 off towards your purchase, which gets applied at checkout by using the link in the description. So as you guys can see, it is an M2 multi-token pro miner, which is interesting because currently I'm only mining MatchX, the MXC token, ideally not the other cryptocurrencies there. I believe Bitcoin is available too to mine, but it's at such a lower rate that it only makes sense to do MXC token currently. And the product is the LP1 miner. And as you guys can see, it's euros 21.99 if you live in the European Union. But for everyone else, the rest of the world, it's $2,500, which gets converted to about $2,900 to $3,000 USD. And I got my discount from purchasing it. So I got $200 off. So my bill came out to $2,700. So I believe it's probably $2,900 for everyone else, while mine was $2,700. So just keep that in mind here. Now, ideally, it says the M2 Pro miner is a revolutionary low-power wide area network, LP1, an ambitious global movement led by the MXC Foundation, creating a free decentralized IoT network for everyone. Due to allow low power requirements of the M2 Pro, we've successfully changed the mining world, making it easier, cheaper, and more profitable. And it's pretty crazy, and I do want to talk about more information about this because this thing can actually mine 10 to 15, I've seen even up to $18 a day in crypto, which can pretty much make your break-even point insane compared to how much you're saving on electricity. Like it's a 5-watt thing leaving on 24/7. It's like leaving like a light bulb on, like an LED light bulb on. So this is the article that I kind of wanted to show you guys. It's, I guess, a PDF. As you guys know, I'm trying to get into the crypto mining space. And as you guys know, I am a newbie in this. I am learning. Yes, I have all my cryptocurrency experience, leverage trading, learning about cryptocurrency, but not necessarily crypto mining. So this is going to be me learning about this and showing you guys everything that happens, eventually showing you the profits and so on and so forth, which we'll do in a later video. But as you guys can see, we're talking about the MXC token, and this really goes in and comparing what exactly you're receiving. Obviously, user-friendly, durable, and secure, energy efficient. That talks about the actual thing. And you can mine a variety of cryptocurrencies, which is also nice. I don't think you guys need to know about any of this, but this is ideally what I wanted to show you, which I find incredible. So for those learning about cryptocurrency and mining, there are graphic card miners, which are very expensive, and they take a long time to produce a profit compared to this MatchX M2 Pro miner. Obviously, if something is too good to be true, it can be, but I'd like to test this out because it still takes a while. It still takes 5 or 6 months, ideally, if not a year, to break even on this, but your profits after are so much greater and at a cheaper cost. Now, most graphic card miners, as you can see, the S19 Pro is $3,500.
and it may compared to the MatchX, which is $2,500, about $2,900 USD. And this is a lot higher, obviously, too, in US dollars, probably closer to 3,900 in USD. Now you can see the power consumption is on a whole different level. 5 watts is borderline nothing. It is nothing compared to a 3,250 watt system that probably burns anywhere from $5 to $8 of electricity a day that you have to pay. This is nothing. This is pennies, not even pennies, to be honest. There's no noise, unlike the Bitmain miner, which is much higher. Those are the usual things that you expect with a miner: heat, noise, as well as electricity prices. Those are the things to consider. The MatchX M2 Pro has neither of those three, which is incredible. It's plug and play. This does require skill, and eventually I will be getting a graphics card miner like this, which I'm going to show you guys the walkthrough, and we're going to compare both of them and see which is profitable so you guys can benefit. But if you want to jump early, that's why I've linked it, and that's why we're doing these reviews. Now, this is Ethernet. I did do that. There's also Wi-Fi that you can connect it to, but this is what I've chosen to do. This is also weatherproof, the MatchX M2 Pro, unlike the Bitmain miner, which you have to leave in your house or in your garage. So I did find an article here on Reddit which really just sums up everything that you need to know about the MXC miner. As you guys can see, it basically talks about how the miner earns you in rewards about $10 to $14 a day in cryptocurrency, literally from anywhere. That's also really cool as well, as you have a really nice minimalistic app that is very easy to walk yourself through, which you can view how your miner is running and if it's online and how much profit it can create every day, and in comparisons giving you weekly averages just from your phone from anywhere in the world, which is awesome as well. So you can see this is unique among IoT mining networks because most IoT networks and miners are dependent on location and how far apart and close their individual miners are from each other before they start giving you. So that's really cool too. This is also interesting is because the miners actually allow multiple M2 Pro miners. Now moving on, you can see some other additional interesting points here is that the MXC protocol uses proof of participation, POP, instead of proof of coverage, as its mining reward protocol is unique to the MXC network. POP, like I said, most other IoT networks use POC, and this unfortunately restricts where and how the other individual IoT miners are and where they can be set up. POP is what gives the M2 Pro the flexibilities and consistency as mentioned above. Now understand this article was made a very long time ago, 7 months ago. So it's still up and running and it's still doing very well, which is also something to consider. So now moving forward, you can see the pretty big community growing right now within MatchX. Ideally, I'm in this project for the long run, and I'll explain why when you start looking at the tax benefits of purchasing mining rigs, which is pretty incredible compared to actually just buying cryptocurrency and so on and so forth. So to actually be able to purchase a miner, it has some pretty big benefits. So we discussed that the miner comes out to about $2,700 in US dollar and about $2,900 if you buy it through there. We can do the euro to USD calculations. We know that the miner overall is about $24.99 in euros, and when you do that in the calculator here, you can see $24.99 is about $2,900 in USD. So I want to do a tax calculation for you guys as to why this is so lucrative. So when you go to, let's say, a section 179, basically showing you the deductions when you open an LLC. So I want to show you guys actually why this is a pretty lucrative thing. Most people need write-offs towards the end of the year, which is why I've decided to get more invested into cryptocurrency. You might want to start another business. You might want to find reasons to write something off. And when you think about this in the long term here, when you want to write off, you could let's say you bought a car and you just buy a car for no reason. If it's over 6,000 pounds, you can write the whole thing off. Or if it's under 6,000 pounds, you can depreciate it over the next couple of years. But ideally, if you have no use for the car and it doesn't make you money, why are you purchasing it? Think about that. Now let's talk about miners. The miner came out for me $2,700 with my discount. When you put that into here, you can get the true cost of what it is, because ideally, if I was to hold on to $2,700 and not buy anything with it and get the tax deduction, and I held on to that, ideally at the end of the year I would have to pay taxes on that, and that $2,700 would look more like I believe it's $1,600 after I pay my taxes on it. So just by holding on to the $2,700, I end up keeping only $1,600 after I pay taxes. But when I write off the $2,700, I get more buying power. So it's ideally like I'm buying this miner for about $1,600 with the money that I'm getting because I'm buying it with pre-taxed money and I get to save that, which is pretty crazy. So you can get the calculation from here. Choose the type of business you have. Now, this will give you a general briefing of what exactly I'm referring to. You can see here on this calculator that we're writing off about 26.9, and it can be anywhere from 27 to 35, ideally in that range, or 20 to 35%. But look at this. So we put in the entry price of $2,700, and you can see here with the write-off that we're getting, the $2,700 drops off to about an income savings of $726. That's incredible. It's really like we're actually buying the equipment for $1,973. The after-tax equipment cost is really $1,973. That's the actual value of that. Now, as we discussed, Miner earns you about $10 to $14 a day, and I've been testing it and I'm waiting. I'm already earning $10 a day currently with the miner not even at full health. It's currently at about 83%, earning me $10. At 100%, it should be around $14 to $16 a day. So by doing that tax calculation, if we're left with the miner currently being purchased for $1,973, and we deduct $14 per day earnings, that gives me a 140-day break-even point. That comes out to, if we divide that by 30 days in a month, about 4.67 months before I actually break even. So that's pretty insane. That's literally a third of the year before you actually break even, and then everything after that is profit. Think about that. 4 months, maybe 5 months, still less than half the year before you're actually in the profits making money. Most miners break even within a year to a year and a half. This is breaking even within 5 months. That's incredible with the tax deduction applied. And that's how you have to look at this when playing around with cryptocurrency and mining. And that's all profit. And eventually when it's sold, you have to pay income tax, but that's another story. But look at how much lower this mining rig actually costs when being purchased with US dollars on a credit or debit card. And that's another great thing too within the MatchX M2 Pro miner, is that it can actually be purchased with Amex, which is what I did, but it can be purchased within Visa and MasterCard. I always recommend using credit or debit cards to purchase these because you don't want to lose your cryptocurrency. It's not worth the risk when you can be backed and be protected with using Amex or debit or credit cards. Now, guys, if you have any questions about this mining rig, please feel free to let me know down in the comment section below, and I will make another video about this. I'm very excited. We'll do updates on how much profit we made after about a week or two, and we'll try to answer other questions that you guys might have in other videos. Otherwise, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.